Welcome to Time 414. Today we are going to get down in the nitty gritty, the tactical, the things you tell your kids, but then they don't always know how to make it happen. The things that we as adults don't always know how to make happen. So picture this, your kid's at school, they walk into the classroom and they fart really loud. Oh, and they're so embarrassed. And then they get a nickname. Farts, for instance, or something, right? Maybe somebody had their camera out and it got recorded. And soon the whole school is calling them farts. And this video is going around. And what do we tell our kids in that situation? We tell them to ignore it, right? It'll go away. Somebody will do something else and then they'll be the ones and it'll just move on. Just, keep your head up. Just ignore them. That's what we say, right? How do we do that? Could you do that? Did I do that? I mean, it's good advice. I mean, that is how you have to get through that. Some things are just tough to get through, but let's get a little practical. Okay, so we're going to make a list. Number one, yeah, you try to ignore it. So you walk through and you hear what people are saying and you look straight ahead and you keep your head up. That's the thing too. Tell them keep their head up. Keep going. Don't look down. Don't hide. You want to hide. You feel like hiding. It's embarrassing. You are so embarrassed and you want to hide. Nope. Keep your head up. Because one of the things with people teasing is to get to you. That's the bullies, right? Right? We know this. The bullies want to get to you. So show them they're not getting to you. You walk straight ahead. You keep going. Right? But it's breaking you down on the inside because it does that. So at some point there might be someone that they need to confront about this. Now we as parents, we hope that that doesn't happen, right? We hope that they go in the next day and that something else has happened and that the attention has moved away from our kid, but that doesn't always happen. So maybe they have to stand up for themselves. So let's walk through that with them too. On the practical side, I've told my kids about my interactions with bullies. And there was the one main bully. It didn't matter. If I stood up to myself with her, she wasn't going to stop. And I knew this, so I avoided her as most as I could. It was a small school, so there wasn't a whole lot I could do. I was very happy when she stopped going to that school. But anyway, while she was still there, she had, you have your main bully and then you have the little minion bullies, right? One day she was gone, and one of the little minion bullies said something to me. And I snapped back. I don't even remember what I said. I don't even know if it was like a grade A, comeback or something, but it was a comeback. I didn't usually say anything back. And she just stood there and blinked at me. And I said, what? You don't have anything to say now that your leader isn't here? And she just kept blinking because she really didn't. And I don't think it ever clicked, as it doesn't with a lot of minions, what they're actually doing, that this is actually hurting somebody. It's usually the main bully that really wants to hurt somebody. So I've told this to my kids. You have to know who you're dealing with. There are some bullies that it doesn't matter. I mean, the main bully with that one, if I had said anything, it wouldn't have mattered. And again, I knew that. And if it had ever become anything worse, there were other steps. Thankfully for me, again, with her, she moved. So, okay. So we've told our kids what? To keep going, act like it doesn't bother them. Listen to who's saying things for if there gets to be a time where you have to say something back, right? And at that time, okay, we're going to go back to our farting instance. People keep talking, maybe they can't stay calm anymore. So we go over with them, okay, what are some good responses to say to them? Well, everybody farts. I know you do it too. I mean, you could say something like that. Or, if they're a kid that likes the humor route, you could be like, hey, at least I didn't leave any marks. I would not have done that, especially in school. Oh my gosh, no. But, to each their own. I go over an array of comebacks, okay? So let's say it's up on social media. So we want to try to get that down, depending on where it's at. If we have any control over that, we want to get that down. Sometimes that's getting the school involved, depending on what your school's policy is for that. But talk to your kid first. Sometimes when parents get involved, it does make it worse. And so I had conversations with my kids Do you want me to get involved? Or sometimes if I can tell I need to get involved and they're still scared, I tell them, I need to get involved now. I understand what this would mean for you, and I'm going to try to minimize that, but this is not right, and we can't let this continue. And so then we talk about options. Honestly, I hear about some things now with bullying, especially with things online and videos and everything. And there are times when it's just time to remove your kid from the situation if it can't be contained. So that's extreme, but I do want to throw that out there because so many parents act like they have to work through this, and you don't. Think of the situations as an adult that you would not keep yourself in because you have options, right? And so your teenager needs to know that they have options, that if things ever get bad enough, here's what our plans will be. You never want them to feel stuck and hopeless, right? So we make a plan and we talk about the options. So we're going to try to ignore it and hope something else comes up, right? If we're going to speak up, if we need to say something to somebody, then we're going to hear some appropriate things that we might want to try. So we're prepared, so we don't just respond out of emotions or anger in the moment, right? We want to be prepared for that. If we need to, we're going to get, let me stop, go back. If it's online, we're going to try to get it taken down. We're going to report it to whatever social media it is and try to get it taken down that way. And if we need to, we're going to try to get the school involved if we need to go that route. And if we need to just remove the kid from the situation. And I guess there's kind of like a, maybe like 3 or 4B in here of maybe reaching out to the other parents. That all depends on who the other parent is. I had situations with my kids where the other parent was very helpful, and some where the other parent was in complete denial and not helpful at all. So, yeah, that one, if you don't know the other parent, ask your teenager. They might have seen them. They might have interacted with them at the school if the other parent was in there, for one of the other kids. So they might be able to give you some thoughts, some insight on that. But really the big thing here that we want to convey to our teenager are the steps that they can take and what options they have. Because again, we don't want them to lose hope. And we have it be a discussion and we tell them, so these are the steps that I have right now. And this is the plan that I have right now. And if you ever feel like you need more than this, let me know and I'll keep digging. I'll find you more options. Because again, what we want is for them never to lose hope, to never feel stuck, never feel desperate. They always need to know that we are in their corner no matter what. And that there's an end to this. And it's going to be rough. I mean, warn them ahead of time. I have no easy solution for this. This is not going to be easy. But it will end. There is an end that is okay. And we're going to get there together. You're never alone. And you always have a say in what we do next. That is so important. Give them some power. Listen to those words. That is empowering. And in a situation where they don't feel any power, if you can give them that, that is indescribable. What a gift that is to give them. And that's going to get them through this. That and the steps that we talked about and the choices and having somebody in their corner and learning to laugh about it. They won't right now. And there's things, honestly, that I look back and big, huge, embarrassing things I still can't laugh at. But some of them I can, So let them know this always won't be this big thing in your life. And someday you can let them know that this story of what they're going through now, when they make it to the other side of this, that their story is going to give someone else hope. Because then we've given them options, we've given them power, we've given them a voice, a choice, and we've added a little meaning to this. Some things just suck. And the only meaning you can get from it is that your story is going to help somebody else in the future to keep going with their story. And that's a lot.